Well, I got sunburn on my hands.
Oh no, you still have sunburn on your hands?
Yeah, well, now should I just say I'm appealing this week?
Oh gotcha. Okay, you're very appealing this week.
I'm very appealing this week.
Oh no, yeah. You still have sunburn on your hand? Ah, sorry. I
Oh,
went live and then it started playing our sound out loud.
yes, I was gonna
Stop it.
say that
You heard it.
I'm having deja vu.
Immediate deja vu.
hmm Have you ever had that deja vu feeling?
Oh yes.
Have you ever had that deja vu
I knew
feeling?
it. I was like waiting for the other part of it. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It's like there's a trick here.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't done that one in a long time.
that's good.
Usually you can catch people out with it, especially when they're not thinking. It's like
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
oh.
yeah. That's funny. Well, so today it was a busy day, but my afternoon I was a speaker at Ellie's school for in her
Mm,
classroom. So they have a class called Life and Skills, or maybe Life Skills, something like that.
mm.
Um,
Okay.
it's sixth graders, and so they have like different I don't know, business people, whatever, come in. So she asked me a while ago if I would do it. So I've been trying to coordinate with her teacher.
Mm,
And so using my coworker of Chat GPT to help me figure out what the connect tissue is for
yeah.
everything.
Mm,
Um, the I talk about my tea parties, but my main through line is that you might kind of go lots of different places you don't expect to go, right? Like with your
mm,
career. So like I talk about how I'm like I started out as
mm.
a Spanish major, then went to fashion.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
I
went to
didn't know you
fashion.
did the Spanish. Hmm.
I did, yeah. And then through my job in fashion, I learned accounting. So then I did accounting. And then it was like and but then I
Hmm.
say how like everything really started, or like, whatever my trajectory started when I was 14 and went to the United Kingdom for the first time. So I started talking about how important like student educational travel is and stuff like that.
Mm,
So,
true.
and Ellie helped pick out last night out of my photo albums. I got out
Mm,
my original one from the year 2000 and then my college one from 2006, and
yeah.
she was picking out which ones she thought would be interesting, and she was right. Like her friends all thought they were great. They were looking all through them a bunch today.
Mm,
But it was just funny because like there's one she'd pick out, was like, is that what they want? Okay, is that like, that doesn't seem like anything great, but okay. Like there's ones of us like in Hyde Park where the squirrels would climb up our legs so we could feed them peanuts.
mm,
Like how
yeah.
tame squirrels are. So she
Hmm.
like pick that one out. And then they loved all the ones from Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. They're like, that person's not real. That person's not real. Yeah, they just like couldn't believe it. They're like, looks really like they look really real. Like,
They wrote really.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like, trust me, if I was really hugging Prince William like that, I don't think because
You
one of them
you
I'm
still
like,
would be, yeah, you'd
yeah,
still be in the Tower of London, wouldn't you?
I would be, yes. Yeah,
Say
so
whatever your wife's name will be, not Kate. It's not Kate. It will begin with
yeah.
an A, and just think it's my
That's
my.
great.
Sorry.
No, that's great. Yeah, so it was fun. So they thought that was pretty interesting. And then it was good because like the teacher, she's just enough older than I am that like she was saying, uh like some of my pictures look familiar. She's like, I was there on a student studying abroad in 2001, but she was doing it like in college when I was
Mm.
doing it like right after eighth grade, around the same time. And so she was like, I remember seeing Prince William looking like that all over the streets, like the postcards and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good, but the kids seemed very entertained because I kept it very light on lecture. It was very much
Yes.
just like, hey, here's some stuff, and like, what do you think about this? Or like, I had
Mm.
them guess when I told them that my company is a tea party company. I said, who wants to guess what I started studying in college for? Of course, no one
Mm.
got it.
Well, no, especially when you think fashion Spanish.
Right, right. Yeah. So it was like
Mm.
they thought um let's see. They first guessed like business and some other things that seemed like maybe it would relate to owning your own business. And then there were some people that were trying to guess like not associated, so they're like
Mhm.
software engineer.
Ooh, something grand. Yeah. Yeah, because some of the jobs these days are much grander than we even were able to have because they never existed when
Right,
we were at school. Well, when
right,
I was at school, might do when you were there.
right. So it was yeah, it was cool. And then it was fun. Some of them have traveled here and there, like with their families, or one was saying how she's going to be traveling next summer and stuff, to like
Mm.
England and Switzerland and some other stuff with their family. So that's cool.
They're
But
going for a week, are they?
yeah, sure.
Sorry, don't
No,
resist.
I know. It's like so yeah, well, yeah, I mean with Americans time off, I don't know how much longer they can take than a week.
I know when you think this is one of the things I was saying to Katya just the other day. Like you think about you have minimum wage.
Hmm.
Now, minimum wage in the UK means you're in the service industries
Hmm.
basically because you're not getting a full proper
Right,
salary or you get some salary. But at least it's minimum and it covers the basis. You don't have to rely on subsidy from the clients.
right,
Why is it if you have a minimum wage that it's not a legal requirement to suddenly say, oh, we're going to pay you less than minimum wage because it's made up in tips? If it's made up in tips, that's a bonus. It's because you're doing a good
right. Oh,
job.
yeah, right.
And then out of all the days that they have, they make them work, what, is it 40? Is it still 45-hour week?
It's technically 40, but
Yeah.
most people are way over that. Yeah.
Yeah. So then they seem to at least do the 45 hours a week.
Hmm.
They get 7 days holiday a year, like the UK as such, or nine, whichever it is. I can't
Right.
remember. I think it's one more actually. But then you got to pay all this extra money for healthcare
Hmm.
and education, of
Right.
which is what because you can't get a proper job anyhow. So is it really worth it?
Right.
And like when you go on vacation, you think about it, they give you a week or two if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, yeah, if you're lucky, you get 2 weeks. And the one week, it's usually like, well, don't everybody try to use it at the same time? Like, it's like, well, people want to leave for Christmas or Thanksgiving or something.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but we can't like have all of you leave for the holiday. Like, it's
Yeah.
kind of like,
Hmm.
what? And yeah, and it's crazy that like you can work somewhere for several years and it still is always you get a week. You get a week vacation. Like that's crazy to think like you
Yeah.
never get to take a real vacation if you're always gonna have to use it for your like family holidays, right?
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, holidays in the American sense.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah. It's
not
like,
an
oh, well, I need three
actual
days
trip
off.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I want 3 days off. Why? Because Christmas falls in the middle of the week and I want to take it to the weekend. So I get
Right.
4 days vacation.
Hmm.
Not like the English where you get Christmas Day and Boxing Day, so you can tag two together,
Right.
plus 2 days holiday. And then you get the weekend thrown in, and then the bank holiday. This is why we
Right.
love Christmas at the weekend because you get those days in lieu
Oh,
the
right.
following week. So it's like, well, Christmas Eve on a Friday is wonderful because you get to
Right.
finish half day.
Hmm.
Saturday and Sunday are weekends, so therefore you'll get Monday and Tuesday compensated because the bank holidays are at a weekend.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
now you get Monday and Tuesday off in lieu.
Right.
Best part is, if you think about it, you take 2 days vacation, which means you've only got to go and work on the following
Mhm.
Friday, which is New Year's Eve. And really, nobody wants to work on New Year's Eve anyhow. So
Right.
if you can, so even if you do go in, you go in for half a day, you don't do much. And now you've
Right.
got Thursday, now you've got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off again. So you work one day, but
Right.
you're off basically eight.
That's crazy. So now I'm looking to see what it is. Okay, so Christmas Day this year is a Thursday. So
Hmm.
is that gonna go into the
That doesn't work
that doesn't
because
work?
Thursday is Christmas, Boxing Day will be Friday. So,
Right.
technically, if you think about it, you go to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
Probably if most jobs will finish at lunch on Wednesday.
Right.
So you finish on Wednesday, you
Hmm.
get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. So
Right.
that's your days off. The following week, if
Yeah.
you can say, can I take a couple of days holiday,
Right.
which means you can get either if you can tag
The
on the Monday and the
the 29th
Tuesday,
and yeah, and the Tuesday, yeah,
30th,
30th. Yeah.
then you can say, I'll come in on the Friday, which again tends to be a half day.
Right, right. Because nobody wants to come, yeah, the
Yeah.
day after New Year's.
You
Yeah.
then get Thursday off as New Year's Day, and then
Right.
you come back in on Friday for one day of proper work, which is the
Right.
2nd of January, of
Right.
which you then get Saturday and Sunday off again.
Right. Which now let's look at, we'll say, the American schedule and how it's going to be
Hmm.
if you don't have special time off. Uh,
Hmm.
yes, you'll work Christmas Eve. You'll have Christmas Day off.
Yeah.
You probably won't have the day after Christmas off.
No.
And then you'll work Monday and Tuesday, and then maybe leave early on Wednesday for New Year's Eve, and then you'll
Yeah.
have New Year's Day off, and
Hmm.
then you're back Friday.
Then you're back Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you basically get 2 days off, don't you, in that whole period of time,
Yes.
apart from the
Yes.
weekends.
Yes. And I can say from working in accounting when I did,
Hmm.
uh, it's also horrible because I mean, besides it being like year end or whatever, right? It's also
Hmm.
just month end. So like they're not gonna want, if you're in accounting, they're not gonna want
Mm.
you to take the 29th and 30th off because they're like, we've got to
Yeah.
close the books by it before everybody
Hmm.
leaves on the 31st, right? So, and then
Well,
Thanksgiving,
hang
I
on.
wonder what they do for Thanksgiving because the
Yeah.
30th is a Sunday this year in November.
Mm.
So are they closing the books? I don't know. I don't know. I guess it
Well,
depends which,
that's
yeah.
is that an American thing then? Because usually, like you say, if it's the month end
Yeah.
and it falls, let's say in this case, say, well, you're not working on it until the first of the month because you don't know what all the transactions are until the 30th or the
Yes.
31st, and then you got the first, second, and third, or maybe that following week
Right,
to do
right,
all the closing.
right. I know, but I'm trying to remember when we were doing it, I feel like it was always the
In
last
advance.
day of the month on the during the business week. I mean, now it's been,
Wow,
gosh, I
this
haven't worked in it, I
seems
guess, since like
yeah,
2017 or something. But
yeah.
uh yeah, because I just remember like hurricanes or just certain things that like
Mm,
everybody else would get to leave early for, and they'd be like, sorry guys, like
yeah.
we're gonna order dinner because we can't, no
To
one can leave
finish.
until this is done.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like,
I remember when we worked for the transportation company, which was an LLC or PLC in it. So
mhm.
you had shares and what have you. So you have by law, I think it's 10 days after the closing that you must report the financial figures, either on a
Yeah.
monthly or at the year end. Well, the year end was hell on earth to work
Oh,
because we didn't work calendar month. We used to work 4 consecutive weeks. So we had technically 13 reporting months or periods of the
oh,
year.
right.
So it's every 4 weeks. So what happened is the fourth week, Sunday would be the Saturday would be the last day, Sunday's the first day, or whichever way it was. You then got the week following to do all the results,
Yeah.
of which I think you then had that weekend off. Then you had on Monday or Tuesday, you had to finalize and submit them all to like Companies House and wherever it was. So technically, it was like 8 days to
Jeez.
submit it. When it come to year end,
Yeah.
now the thing there is not only did you have the 13th month to process
Sure.
as normal, you also had to do the year at the same time. I think they
Mhm.
gave you one extra day to aggregate the whole year. And it was like, everybody used to work that
Yeah,
most of
yeah,
that
yeah.
time, overtime, the
How,
weekend, the week before, and the weekend if
yeah.
necessary.
So miserable. Like,
Yeah.
I
But then
mean,
you learn what to do. What's not closed is not closed. It just rolls, you push it into
right,
next.
right. That's to say, yeah, it's like somebody, yeah, someone's got to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so thanks to all these accounting people out there. I just remember feeling like
Yeah.
that it's like the every month it was sort of like the beginning of the month sucked because you were like dealing with whatever leftover stuff was hanging,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yeah.
then you just felt like month end is coming and it was like, oh God, like so it was like there was never,
Starting again.
it felt like we never had you hardly ever had any time to just like be normal during the month. Like it just felt
Yeah,
like there was
just
always problem.
just do
Like
the actual work because it was either preparing for
right,
final or finalizing the
right,
final. And
right,
now all of a sudden I got to catch up because we haven't done the normal work for a week.
right,
So week
right,
two is in, so week one of the following month was rushed to close. Week
right.
two was a rush to catch up with week one and two together.
Yes.
Week three was your normal working week. Week
Hmm.
four, you're preparing for the finals.
Right.
It's like everything we're talking about is finishing. And
Yeah,
then the week
yeah,
three,
yeah.
that was the easiest one.
Yes. Yeah,
But
you're right. Yeah, that's essentially what it was. Yeah. So that was
yeah.
crazy. But yeah, so I yeah, told the kids in the class about oh I had a little PowerPoint, but I was like saying like which subjects that they take, right? And how like they
Mm,
might apply later that they don't even think about right now, you know.
mm,
And I was like trying to say that, hey, I know some of these classes like they might seem really annoying and you might be like, oh, but like you'll be surprised where you use them later, right?
hmm.
If you pay attention. And so I told him, I said, it was like, turns out good, there's a lot of math involved in fashion. And I said, and they're like, I forget what one person asked. It was a weird one because it was like, no, we're not, whatever the measure, or it wasn't measuring. I forget what the numbers were. But anyway,
Mm.
it was weird. And it was like, no, it was like, no, like measurements, like measuring things. But I said, but you also, it's a lot of fractions. And you have to also know how those fractions, what they are as decimals, like, because you're going back and
Yeah.
forth between doing fractions like handwriting and then like doing calculations with, you got to know the
Mm.
decimal equivalent. So
Yeah.
like there's a lot, yeah, a lot of stuff that like I, yeah, pulled out from my memory like when I started
Mm.
working in the actual fashion industry and was like, oh man, like, and I did like doing that kind of stuff. That was fun. But
Yeah.
yeah, but I was just surprised because it's like I feel like so many people in general complain about learning about fractions. Like, I don't
Mm.
need to know this.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know. You might need to
You
know it.
don't. Well, this is the thing. We all use languages, but the mathematical skills that we use on a daily basis is quite intense.
Yeah.
For every job that you need,
Hmm.
you might not need to know adverbs and adjectives.
Right.
But you
Yeah.
certainly need to, like you say, a few decimals or a few fractions or a
Yeah.
few percentages.
Right.
Apart from the basic arithmetic of adding, subtracting, multiplying,
Sure.
dividing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think out of the main topics, those are the ones that you pretty much will come across every day.
Right.
Now,
Right.
in the US, if you think about it, obviously nobody does it, but everybody's got sales tax to add to
Yes.
the selling price. Does anybody try to work it out before they get to the cash point to know if it's correct
Oh,
or
right.
not?
Yeah, you're right. No.
No.
Yeah.
You trust the
You
shop is
trust
being
that yeah,
honest.
yeah, yeah. And I would say, especially, well, depending on where you live, right? So let's just say you live
Hmm.
in Muncie, Indiana, and that's where all your shopping happens. So you only have
Yeah.
to know one sales tax, right? But like in the Orlando area,
Yeah.
right? It's almost all of the counties like that I'll do sales tax for. The county is a 1% tax, and the sales or the state is 6%.
Hmm.
But there's some that are only 0.5% tax for the
Yeah.
county.
For the
So
county.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like I'm not gonna figure out which county I'm in and what they should
Oh
be.
yeah. Yeah, especially when you're like not sure where the county line is. It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
oh,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Starbucks on this side of the road, and let's say um Dunkin' Donuts on the other side.
Right.
But bad
Right.
example maybe, but
Yeah. Yeah. But
Subway. Okay, I want a Subway and a coffee from
right.
Starbucks. Well, if you go into Subway, might be on the other side of the road, which is in one county at 1%
Yes,
county
you're
tax,
right.
cross over, and the other side, oh, it's 0.5% over here, but you're almost next door to
Right.
it.
Yeah, that's right. Like a lot of when I was especially doing like a lot of the markets and things, I'd always have to
Mm,
look up ahead of time and be like, where, okay, what county am I going to be in? What sales tax am
mm,
I figuring up, right? Or setting in my Square device. Because a lot of times I would still
yeah,
do it, with my calculator, but then
mm,
I'd also make sure that I had it proper done
on
correctly.
Square.
Yeah, 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 in Square.
Yeah.
But yeah, so fun stuff. Oh, speaking of taxes and like US, UK stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, so my coworker, one of my coworkers at the law firm, uh, sent me an article this week, and he's constantly trying to say that we, and when I say we, I mean Brits, because that's how I claim, that's how I
yeah.
identify.
That's how you roll.
Yes, that's how I roll. Yeah. So we, when we argue in work, it's always, well, you guys do this and you guys do that. And I represent the Brits and I call
Mm,
him you guys as in you Americans. so
mm, yeah,
so he sent me a article about something in England where there's going to start being a tax on milkshakes. And
okay.
I was like, I didn't read through this like specifics, and I just wrote, I was like, yeah, but aren't the Americans already taxing for milkshakes? Like, who cares? And he's like, no. So the reasoning behind it is
Mm,
because I guess there's been the way that they tax for certain sugary drinks over in the UK,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So milkshakes have had an exemption because they're dairy, like the dairy farmers,
Hmm.
whatever, have some special exemption, right? But
Yeah.
now there's a lady in the government who is trying to make it so that they still have to pay the tax because there's so much sugar in it, like regardless of the milk. So regardless of the
Mm,
dairy.
yeah.
Um, and so it's funny. So Dirk's just trying to act like you guys are just always trying to tax everybody. Like, yeah, because you guys
Yeah.
didn't pick up on that. You guys didn't do that. Like,
You don't remember your history?
yeah. Well, I was like,
Uh, that was partially why you fell out with the king, wasn't it? You didn't want to pay any
yeah. Well,
taxes.
I know. That's why he said, yeah. So he's trying to say that we're still pulling the same old shenanigans. And when I say we, again,
Mm.
Brits, he's trying to say
All
Brits
right.
are still pulling the same old
Mm.
shenanigans with taxes. And then I'm
Yeah.
telling him, I'm like, oh, because Americans don't have silly taxes, or like, what are they doing with your tax money kind of thing. So
Hmm.
then the other coworker,
Well,
she,
here's a throwback for you.
yes,
Says,
yeah,
yes, we may, but at least we get free healthcare
you're right. I should see that.
and free education.
You're right. I should tell that. So we then the other legal caseworker, she was looking up, she's like, well, what, she's like, if they're gonna start taxing that though, what are they doing with that money? I was like, and I just was like, I don't know, what do they do with our tax money? You know, like how are you supposed to find this out?
Mm.
She started Googling and was like, oh, okay. Well, apparently this particular tax stuff, like that they've been doing with this taxation on like the sugary drinks anyway. She's like,
Yeah.
it goes towards like, oh, like health coalitions to schools teaching whatever healthy eating, that kind of stuff, right?
Mm.
Like health
Yeah.
improvement stuff. And the tax has actually incentivized a lot of uh, the like manufacturers of these sugary drinks to change
Mm.
their formulas so that they don't meet those extra tax requirements. So now stuff
Okay.
has less sugar in it, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So she's like, okay. And so I was like, ha, I was like, take that, we won.
Yes, take that, we won.
Yeah. And then of course, right, he's just like, the other coworker, he's just like, I don't want you to tell me what I can and can't drink. Like, don't,
Hmm.
because I told him, I was like, didn't they try to do that with like giant sodas in New York? He's like, yeah, but he's like, yeah, but I don't like New York. And he's like, and I'm pretty sure they like repealed that. So he's like,
Right.
you can't hold New York against me.
Yeah, because this is thinking about that health element. Gosh, who was it? Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Right. So Kid Rock's full diabetic.
Oh, he is. I
And
didn't know that.
so he was pushing to have more diet sodas in restaurants
Oh,
because realizing that being diabetic to have Diet Coke
right.
is like saying, well, you can have water. Yeah, okay. And
Right.
but you've got 12 other flavors in the machines.
Oh, right. Yeah. But you
There's
only have
no
one
variety
diet.
for people. There's no variety for people's diabetes. But
Right.
also, when you think about it, the amount of sugar put into Coca-Cola,
Hmm.
it's like 12 tablespoons in a
Yeah.
can, 350 ml.
Right.
This is where the obesity comes in.
Right.
This is
Right.
why they started taxing it in the UK because they realized kids get addicted to sugary,
Yeah.
syrupy drinks, chocolates, and what have you.
Right.
So, so we don't in was it inflict
Yeah.
obesity into young children.
Right.
That was the idea behind it. And it does
Right.
seem to be that everything in the UK is driven around the fact of young people are at risk. So therefore, the rest of the country
Oh,
need to
has to.
abide by this.
Right.
Things like, adult content. And I say adult content, maybe that's sort of restricted age
Yeah.
related
Yeah.
content,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's alcohol, whether
Oh,
it's
right.
medicine or all sorts of things. It's like it's all now in the preservation of keeping children safe because children spend so
Mhm.
much time online that they can't distinguish between what's right and what's wrong,
Right. Right.
what's
Well,
safe and
right.
what's
Yeah.
unsafe,
That's
and
true.
getting very technically prickly over
Yeah.
there for certain things. But I
Is it?
do think it's a nice idea about changing people or getting people off of sugar addiction
Right. Yeah.
because that only doesn't affect children, it affects adults too.
Right. And the national healthcare system. So like they're trying to like use
Yeah.
they're trying to use preventative measures, right?
Hmm.
Like make it not be a problem in the first place.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is why you got to pay more in health insurance because the system can't cope with the amount of people being used it, but you won't think about what's causing a lot of the
Right, right.
heart attacks and the
Yeah, yeah.
diabetes
Well,
and the glaucoma.
because you can't tell me what I can and can't do. So if I want to
Well,
eat and drink
yeah.
everything,
Hmm.
like,
Of course. Yeah, I know. But if we
and
don't make
then
awareness that you've got options of healthy versus not so healthy,
right, right,
and you explain why, I can't tell you what to do, but if you want your health, if you want to continue eating full fat milk, full fat butter,
right,
full fat sugary drinks,
right,
your health insurance is going to be 20% higher than anybody else's.
right. Yeah, that would, yeah, right. Yeah, that would incentivize people to be like, all right, fine, I don't care that much. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Hurt
gonna
them where
discount.
people want to be not hurt, and that's in their pocket.
Right, right.
So I
So,
see the UK in that sense they're
mhm,
hurting certain people, but as you said, it's helping to maintain that free healthcare system that we
right,
have,
right.
which isn't the greatest. We know that, but the
Sure.
point is, it's far superior than a lot of other countries.
Right, right, right. Yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, surprise, surprise, I'm on the
Mm.
side of the Brits.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to say, I suddenly realised you've got no comeback, have you?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, no, I know. Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you.
That's what
Yeah,
I was telling
I
him. Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you. We can't debate it because I agree with you. I'm on your side.
Oh, good. Yeah, but so let's see. I haven't been paying attention to royal news this week. Uh,
Mm,
and I've already forgotten what royal news I listened to last week.
yeah.
What do you know? Do you know anything?
What do I remember?
Yeah, what do you yeah, yeah, not what do you know, but what do you remember?
Yeah, not so much. Uh I know I have heard again, Megan has been trying to
Oh,
promote her stuff, and again, it's
yeah,
failing
but
because the PR people are not
yes.
great.
Did you hear? Okay, so that's what Nancy sent to me that there's like rumors about Megan going back into acting. So,
Hmm.
yes, and I
Yeah,
told Nancy, she was like, thoughts on this? And I said, I was like, initial thoughts, they're like, great, go back to what you wanted to do in the first place. Like,
yeah.
it's not like anything else is like working out superbly, right? Like, do
Hmm.
what you wanted to do that they told you you couldn't do, but now you can. Like, you left the family. So,
Yeah.
like,
You're,
enjoy
you're
it.
free to do what you want. We don't want you as a
Right,
duchess.
right. And it almost seemed,
Um,
to me, it seemed like a duh thing. I was like, oh, wait, why have we not, how has this not been an idea already? Like, how is it taking this
yeah.
long to get to that idea? And yeah, and apparently like Jack Royston was talking about it on the Royal Report and was like, he was saying, he's like, I've been saying this like forever, like she should have gone straight back to acting. And I was like, huh. I was like, never even occurred to me for that reason.
Yeah. The reason is she ain't that great of actress, is she?
Well,
So I
I know
don't
that's the
think
other,
it's.
yeah. Well,
See,
she,
everything
yeah,
that she doesn't get quality, and she tries to promote that she's so precise and
yeah.
quality driven. Did you hear about her candles?
No, wait, sounds familiar. What was their deal with their candles?
Okay, so the deal with her candle, I don't know if it was an influencer or a reporter. So he
Yeah,
ordered it and he opened it up as an unboxing of her candle.
yeah.
And like he said, it's not stuck down. There was no wick in the candle, so therefore you couldn't light it.
What? What were we supposed to do with it?
Well, yeah,
Like
exactly.
it just wasn't like the quality control just didn't catch it or
No,
what?
no quality control caught it. And that was the thing about the orange marmalade, wasn't it? Nobody liked the taste of it. Nobody actually tasted these things and got public opinions of what they thought
Oh,
of it.
right,
We're just going to make it. So
right,
she's trying to pretend again, pretending to be Martha Stewart.
right,
But she
right,
can't be Martha Stewart because Martha Stewart is Martha Stewart and everybody trusts Martha Stewart.
right, right,
Why are we gonna trust some ex B-rated actress
right,
who's
right,
got a royal title who tried to leave America for the Brits and realized that they don't play like Americans and then came back and started spouting lies and their side of the story for
right, right,
monetary gain?
right.
Because I think that's the biggest problem. Everything she's doing is for monetary gain and profiteering.
Yeah,
It's
but
not to run a business and be profitable. How
right.
is she a woman who can talk about running and setting up a business when it's just, I'll put my name to it, I'll let somebody else do it for me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, and I wonder too of like who all is around her aside from Harry, who all is around her
Hmm.
business wise who's saying like, and her mom is really close to her. I mean, not that we always listen to our moms. I mean, who knows
Yeah.
what her mom says about this stuff. But
Yeah.
um but like to think that you mentioned Martha Stewart, so I don't know Martha Stewart's biography all that well, but I can
Mm.
venture to say she didn't start out as Martha Stewart, right? It was like it
Yeah.
was a slow progression. So it's like
Yeah.
Megan didn't start where Martha Stewart did, and she's trying to like
Hmm.
jump to the final end
Yes.
of it. And it's like, well, the brand hasn't been built up. So like you don't have like
Hmm.
just the one show that like was only mediocre, like
At best.
mediocrely received. Yeah, at
Yeah.
best.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it doesn't quite work. So, but I think whatever movie I think she was acting in or visiting friends that were acting on a movie set. Uh, it was like a source or somebody had just commented that like a sort like I guess maybe I don't know if it's like speculation or what, but it was sort of the idea that like she's just kind of trying to like see if she likes being on set again or like
Hmm.
sort of like we're toying with this idea kind of thing. So the
Yeah.
only thing I can think of is well, so one, Jack Royston pointed out he's like, she just needs to get back on Suits, even if it's like not an
Mm.
every episode character. Like people who love that show do love her character. So like
Okay.
there is a following for that show. We just aren't
Hmm.
it. You and I are not it.
Ah,
But they
okay.
exist because they keep making that show.
Hmm.
But I'm thinking that she may get more or better, I don't know, opportunities because she's more, I don't know, well known now, right? For better, for worse.
True. Yes.
Um, and
She has a
honestly, like,
fame element around her, doesn't she? That's what it
right.
is.
And I don't think she would, we'll say, stoop to this level, at least not right away. But I could see if she would take things like Lifetime and Hallmark movies, if she would take those kinds of
Hmm.
jobs, I feel like
Yeah.
they would scoop her up fast. Like they would want, those companies would want her in their movies, right? It's like a very
Yes.
particular formula or specific formula in those movies. And the demographic that watches them. So I feel like she would fit in well there if she would stoop to that level. And she make money
Yeah.
because they're like
Oh yeah.
I mean they're profitable. It's just not, you know.
And here's the other thing. I'm not saying the type of movies she requires it, but generally most actors at some point parade around either half or semi-naked or in underwear.
Right. Yeah.
It, skimpy clothing, all the rest of it,
Yeah, yeah.
provocative, maybe even dubious characters
Right.
for what some people would perceive. Oh no, no, that's a bit
Yeah.
taboo.
Yeah, yeah.
Would she have to be hands picking special roles and things like that?
Right.
Because theoretically, at the moment, she's not a royal, but she's
Yeah,
a
she's not.
duchess. Um,
But
what kind of implications would that be
right.
if she still has that title? She's a titled person
Right, right.
to suddenly be walking around, let's say, in underwear
Right,
or
right.
advertising underwear,
Sure, sure. So I
modeling underwear.
that's an interesting point because also now like in so many shows and stuff, I'll say where there is nudity even when it's like hilarious, like for funny comic effect or
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
So many are body doubles now, right? So like you and they can make
Okay.
it look like it is their face on the other person's body. So like
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
specifically thinking of like some things in the show called Righteous Gemstones, that yeah, Eddie was able to tell me like, yeah, that's not really that actor. I was like, oh my God, like you can't tell. It looks like their head's like right there.
Yeah.
So but so there would be that option, I guess, if she even thinks it's appropriate for people to like even imagine her that way, right? Like it may not be her real body,
Yes.
but it's her
Hmm.
character.
Yeah.
Um, and if she does Hallmark and Lifetime, she doesn't have to worry about that. It is like
No.
the least, or it's the most like G-rated romance ever
Hmm.
on those things.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
those viewers like about it is that it's
Hmm.
super wholesome and doesn't get,
Yes.
yeah,
Don't get raunchy.
yes, yes, exactly. Doesn't even get
Yeah.
close to raunchy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You might get a ranch. That's about as far as you get.
Yeah,
There's no
exactly.
there's
Yeah.
no you in this.
There's no you yet. It's just the ranch. Just a horse ranch.
Just the horse ranch, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be a very big debatable stumbling block
Right, right. And
because
I
most
want, yeah.
actors and what have you go through forms of different characters, different story things, that they pick up taboo subjects,
Right,
just to portray their acting skills.
right,
But now she is a titled woman or
right.
lady.
And she wants
Um,
to keep that
keep
title
it.
a certain status, right? Like it's not
Hmm.
like she's just like, sure, I happen to be a duchess, but like I'm an actress, so I'm gonna do whatever the
Yeah.
artist in me wants to do, right?
Yeah. I want to be artistic, so
Yeah.
therefore I shall walk in my bikini across Santa Monica Beach.
Right, 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 right. Yeah. And I'm like, I
It's
mean,
like, mm,
but even, I mean, I guess I don't know her uh her filmography very well or whatever, but like I wonder if she's, I mean, she was acting for years before she met Harry, so it's like has she never had anything that was like risque at all? I mean,
I think
I guess
there
nothing big enough
wasn't
that
there?
it's nothing big enough that it's broken news, I suppose, right? Like it's not like when they were getting married, everyone like
Yeah.
plastered pictures of her everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think she'd done maybe any nude scenes because I think
Right,
the only fame that she really kind of got was from Suits, wasn't it?
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, that's a legal firm. So, maybe apart from jumping into bed with one of the lawyers, which is
Right,
still that, let's say, pre 9 o'clock watershed mark.
right, right, right,
So theoretically, it might be underwear and
right,
blankets
right.
and sheets and what have you. So very
Yeah,
low
yeah. It's not gonna be
risque
the
type
same.
thing.
Yeah, yeah,
But when it comes to movies, that's when
yeah.
you tend to get more into a character and a story and an element
Right, right,
scenario that lasts a little bit longer than 30 seconds.
right, right. That's true. Yeah. So I wonder.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what do you think as far as like, do you think she should go for it? So, even though with all these kinds of things she'll have to consider, right? Do you think instead of continuing to just do random, in my opinion, lifestyle brand stuff, like why not?
Well, for her,
Yeah,
probably yes.
yes,
But because at the moment she still has that Duchess role,
yeah.
no, it
Oh,
should
okay. So you
not.
think
It should
until the
not.
title gets taken away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes. Um, because at the moment that's still a titled position, even though they don't use it, they want to step away from it.
right,
So therefore they should not be entitled to use it because they're not contributing
right,
to
right,
Sussex or the people or even going to the country to be seen.
right.
So therefore you cannot bestow the title of a place if you don't visit it.
Yeah,
End of. Once that's taken away, then yeah, you're free to do anything you want. You know,
right, right,
you used to be, but people no longer care.
right,
Take take Andrew.
right.
You
Yes,
know, for most people will remember him as being Prince Andrew,
right. But he's now
but
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
yeah, which you can't get away from the royalty part because of that surname.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
let's give it 10 years. He's got
that's true.
20
Yeah,
years
yeah,
life in him, pretty much to be around healthy wise.
yeah,
Um, will people start kind of forgetting about the prince because he's now Andrew Mountbatten? Oh, all
right.
right.
Yeah, yeah,
It takes people's minds to kind of forget a
right.
little thing.
Especially as like generations, younger generations get older, and it's like
Mm.
that's all they know him as, right?
That's
Like they
all I
weren't
know, and
paying
that's
attention
yeah,
when he was Prince or whatever kind of
yeah.
thing.
So let's put this into the Harry.
Yeah. Oh, right.
If he's no longer the Duke, he's only what in his late 30s,
He's
coming to
might
40.
he might be 40 now. I think William's like 42. So I think he's 40 now. I
Yeah.
think he's
So
40
so
now.
all right, let's top it out at 40.
Yeah.
People, young children, 10 to 20.
Right.
Now let's put them at the age of 40. So that puts Harry at 70 to 80.
Yeah.
For most of their life, they've known him as just Harry and not the Duke.
Right. That's true.
So probably at that point, people don't really care that he was a Duke or he was a prince.
No.
In 20 years' time, both of them,
It'll be
that
so
titles that they have is kind of like,
it'll be so long ago. Like,
yeah. Because
who's
in
the
20 years' time, where I'm going to be what? In my 70s.
right.
It's like, oh, I remember when he used to be a prince. But yeah, but I'm gonna be telling people like you were at sixth grade or whatever it was
Oh,
this
right. Yeah,
week.
yeah. And they're
It's
like, I
like,
don't know.
oh, who was he?
Right.
Oh, I never knew that. How did that happen? You tell them the story. Oh, okay,
Right, right. Well,
and
there
it's just gone.
right, right. Well, there was well, it was funny with the sixth graders. So sixth graders are like 11 and 12 years old. So
Thank
the
you, because
yeah, I know because
I
that's the
have.
same because I never know like kids' ages by their grade. I'm like, how old was I with that? I don't know.
Mm.
But because I know the ages of specific kids there, I'm like, oh, okay, so you have to be 11 or 12. So
Okay, so can I
maybe it's great.
interrupt?
Yes.
When somebody says they're a fifth grader,
Hmm.
okay, so it's one before.
Right.
Do I take the age of 5 when you start school and add the number of grades to it to get their approximate age?
Uh loosely. So they
Assuming that first grade you'll be 5 when you started school?
kindergarten is 5. Kindergarten's before first grade.
Okay. So that
You're like, wait,
so
what?
that yeah,
But that
see
throws
that's the
that
difference.
throws a wrench into that. So, but if you want
Okay.
to start by saying you have to be 6 when you're in first grade,
Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
then you can add a year. So like first
6
grade
plus 6
6.
is 12.
Yeah, and so yeah, so like Piper's 7, about to turn 8. She's in second grade. You have to be at least 7 at the beginning of the school year.
So she was 6, she's going to second grade, should be basically 8.
Yes, she's 7. Yeah, 7 going to second grade. Yeah, she's gonna be 8 by the end of the year.
Yeah.
7, 8.
Give
So
or
that's
take
why
a
I
few
say like
months.
11, 12 for the sixth grader.
Mm-hmm.
But so
Yeah.
they saw the pictures of like the wax museums they had of William and Harry, and
Hmm.
and then I had a picture of Charles, a much younger looking Charles, and
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth II. And
Mm.
they at one table girls were asking, they're like, so wait, so who's how are these people connected? And it's like, oh, let me tell you. Yeah, I was like, oh, did you want to learn
Sit
about
down.
the royals?
Yeah. Sit down. Are you comfortable? Do you want
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
pillow?
Yeah, I'm like, now we're getting to the real life skills part of the class.
Yes. Yes.
So I know exactly. So I was like saying, well, and then Ellie pointed out that I had like my royal ring on, and she's
Mm.
like, she's crazy about that one. She's like, she wears the ring that his wife has. And I go, well, it was really his mom's ring first. And I go, has anybody heard of Princess Diana? And one girl was like, oh, that's who I'm gonna be in like this report they have coming up. Like they've just started
Mm.
it. And she's like, I'm gonna be like Princess Diana. I was like, oh wow, that's great. I was like, so that was
Can I
their
borrow your
mom.
ring?
I know, yeah, exactly. I was like, so that was their mom.
Hmm.
And then they were like, well, who's he? And I was like, well, so they were married and they got divorced, right? And it was like, and
Hmm.
then she's the grandma, like,
Yeah.
and trying to like explain everything. And then, but what was funny, just like timeline wise, was that like I said something about Princess Diana dying in a car wreck, and someone who had only been partially listening was like, wait, what? Who just died in a car wreck? I go, not
Oh, right.
just.
Yes.
I go, it was in 1997, like long time before you were born. So my
Yes.
point being is like there's some people that are not even born yet that will be like, oh, what? Like this old redheaded guy, he used to be somebody, like, you know, someone older has to tell them like, hey, you should care about this person. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'd be like,
Uh,
yeah, his mom, it was a big deal when his mom died. Like,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
now they're just
The
kind of like,
whole
oh,
the
okay.
whole world was watching the funeral.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Just to give you impact
And
how impactful it was.
right,
You know.
right, right. And oh, and here's something. So the teacher, she brought up, since we were talking about the royals, she was like, she said Queen Elizabeth II, she goes, she really hasn't gotten as great of I don't know, coverage historically or whatever as we'll say like Princess Diana's and like other people. And I
Mm.
said, I was like, well, I think like movie wise or like pop culture type wise, I would agree. I said, I think historically though, and like with the public who's paying attention, she's looked upon very fondly, right? Like
Yeah.
there were moments where people were kind of teetering on her, a lot of Diana stuff around the
Yeah.
same time. But
Hmm.
I was like, but I feel like she came out way on top by the end of it. Like, but they haven't really
Yeah.
made movies about her yet, right? Other than like the Queen's, what was it? The
Yeah.
Queen,
The
is it just called
Queen.
the Queen, right? Yeah.
The Queen. Yeah.
And it's all
Yeah.
about how she didn't handle that well. It wasn't
Hmm.
anything nice
Which
about her.
was, yeah, exactly. Well, I think the bigger thing is that media loves to tell all stories now, and
Right,
she was a woman in her 60s, past retirement,
right,
when social media started hitting its stride. So it wasn't even a place for her to be online and have an
right,
account.
right, right.
So there is a generation disconnect already
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with
That makes
people.
sense.
Charles has a channel. Harry and William have channels. Now everybody has channels
Sure.
on there. So there is that. Also, she's come from a very stiff British
Yes.
background of
Mm-hmm.
family life and style, what's right, what's prim, what's proper, and what certainly one should not do.
Yes. Yeah.
And, when you think about 100 years ago, was the installation and the growth and the standard of which she was taught of
Mm-hmm.
how to be a woman, a queen, all the rest of it.
Right.
And it's taken her whole lifetime to be allow the royal family to slightly modernize,
Mm-hmm.
but she was only taught one system, so she couldn't change or weaken what she already
Right, right.
had because
Mm-hmm.
it was weakening the royalty of the royal family. in
Right,
that
right.
sense. That's how I perceive it to be.
Yeah, that makes
Where Charles is like, well, I've been free to connect with the people of the
yeah,
country and the
right.
Commonwealth. She's always had to stand a little bit prim and proper
A
behind
little back. Yeah,
because
yeah.
I couldn't do that. And the only time she ever could was when she served in the war because she wasn't
Right.
queen at that point.
Oh, right, right.
And she had such a small period of time being
Mm-hmm.
a princess
Just
in
being a
an adult capacity
yeah, right. Yeah,
before she
exactly.
was
Yeah,
queen.
barely being an adult. Yeah, for any amount of time.
Mm,
And and I guess I am forgetting that they made an entire show called The Crown that shows
yeah.
her entire life. But
And
and I feel like they do it in a sense that's like, look at this amazing career life, right? Like,
hmm
it shows a lot of her duty and dedication and stuff. But it
yeah.
shows a lot of the rough parts of her life as well, or portrays
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I think of powerful women through that era.
Yeah.
Her and Margaret Thatcher.
Right.
When you think about the society which was masculine dominated
Mhm.
everywhere, and these two women held basically the two highest powerful positions in
Right.
the United Kingdom
Right. Right.
or the Commonwealth,
Yeah.
um, in the prime, actually in the prime of their lives.
Right.
They
Right.
weren't
That's
they
true.
weren't young. They were
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Theoretically in
Right.
their 50s.
Right. Right. That's true. Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't look fondly on Margaret Thatcher anymore. And I'll just say,
Yeah.
regardless of policies and whatnot, she did have to behave a certain way to work within the masculine culture. So,
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's the thing when you look at women in politics and powerful positions, it's still not an equal playing field. Even with corporations today, blue
sure.
chip corporations, it's still not an easy environment to be a
Right.
woman, I don't think, today. And
Yeah.
here we are saying, oh yeah, it's all equal for everybody. But there's still
Right.
too much history and style that's created them.
Right.
The
Right.
the change is slow.
Yeah.
I will say that, but still if you don't get in there and you don't make your stance and you don't I wouldn't say lower your standards of being a female, but you
Sure.
don't play by some of the rules to make some changes,
Right.
you're out anyhow.
Right. Right.
And and then it's the masculine thing. Say, typical woman couldn't stand the heat of the kitchen, could she? She had to get out.
Right. Yeah. It's like you gotta
Um,
deal with some of it to at least get in before you can start making changes. You have to
yeah.
infiltrate them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
infiltration. Yeah.
Right.
I think in my sense, I'm very think it's very equal to women to work alongside or be
Yeah.
as good or better than I am,
Right.
because being a chef, it is an area where there are a lot of females working.
Right.
So
Right.
learn to work with females,
Mm-hmm.
even though being a chef is technically the male position of it,
Right.
but working with females in my thing, I was 18 at the time.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So at that point, that those women influenced me in working with women
Oh, yeah.
at a young age. And
Right.
here I am now, and I don't feel that there is this, oh,
A big divide.
that or
Right.
divide wherever it is. And I don't know, maybe this is
Yeah.
why I remember, I don't
They
think you ever
helped
went to
shape
one
you.
million cups. Yeah, they've kind
Yeah.
of shaped and
Yeah.
molded, they've
Mhm.
changed my concept. But I think when I see p women of power, I'm just respectful. I don't think of, oh, gosh, she's a woman. No, I
Right.
just think of who you are.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And I think which is why sometimes I make good friends with women
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
e relatively easily,
Right.
where some men just can't.
Yeah. They can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know how to talk to us.
Well, I think most men don't know how to talk to women,
Sure.
period. But I can get
Maybe I
close.
should say talk with us, not talk to us,
Mhm.
talk with us.
True. Yeah, we don't know how to talk. Yeah, we don't know how to talk with you. We certainly know how to talk to
Do
you.
you? Yes. Yeah. 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 That's
Yeah,
true.
because that's the point when masculinity over
Yeah.
blows everything, and
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
feel.
Especially they can talk at you. That's even more. That's
Yes.
stronger than talking to you. They
To,
talk,
to
talk
you,
at you.
yes, yeah. If I talk at you, yeah, you're crumpling into under the carpet sort of thing.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
talk to
Like,
you, yeah, yeah. Well, I still have the opportunity to say something or run. It's fight or run at this point. But talking with, it's like this is an even
right,
battlefield. I'm here just as equal as
right,
he is
right,
now, and
right.
I can talk him
Yeah,
down.
that's
Don't you
hilarious.
think it'd be a good idea, husband, if you did this? Therefore, we could have a new
Right.
carpet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, of course.
Sure.
When it was you who chose the colour and put the idea that we need a new carpet.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so I know it's 5:01. Do you have to
Mm.
rush off?
I don't.
Okay.
I've
I
only got work stuff to do, so I'm not tied by a meeting. Let me
okay.
triple check that nobody
Yeah.
decided to book a
Schedule
meeting,
something. Yeah. It's like
which has been known.
I
No,
have
I'm good.
let's see. I have to go in just a few minutes. But Piper's birthday is this week, so she's turning 8.
Oh, I thought it was last
Or it's
week.
actually today. Today is her birthday. I saw her this morning. And
Okay,
then
you saw it. Oh, I like that. It's today. I saw it this morning.
I saw
That'll
her,
do.
well, I
That's
didn't
enough.
like because I'm not picking her up after school. Her dad did, but
Mm,
I dropped her off and brought the cupcakes to the class,
mm,
and then we have her friend party on Sunday, so that'll
yeah.
be good. But do you know, have you heard of what labubus are? If you haven't, you're gonna think I'm saying crazy stuff. Because the first time I heard somebody
Is
say
this
something,
women's talk? Is this women's talk again?
yeah, the first time I heard
Okay.
somebody say something about a labubu, I was like, I'm sorry, what? They're these crazy,
Wow.
they're these little like stuffy monster looking things.
Okay.
Like they're called monsters. Let me see. I'll pull them up. But she really wanted a couple different labubus, and I was
Hmm.
able to find the specific ones on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, so
Mm.
I'll share my screen real quick because a lot of them, I guess, are like the stupid mystery boxes, right? Like
Okay.
how so many things are mystery boxes now and you don't know what you're gonna get. So anyway, like this, let's see. I don't think it just shows you. Yeah, like so see all the boxes look the
Oh,
same,
okay. Yeah.
right? Yeah, but they all are different like colors and stuff. So
That I'm trying to think what that reminds me of. I've seen this sort of thing before, but like of years ago,
let's
um like the civilian family things that you used to get back in the day in the 80s.
oh really?
But I've seen this sort of thing.
So
I haven't
she really
seen
likes, yeah,
uh,
so she got this one with the purple eyes. I got her that one, and then there was another
okay.
like a yellow pink one. But yeah,
$178? Scroll up
uh
or
for
down. There was
specific ones,
there you go. Oh, those AliExpress,
which that
$178.
seems off, but there's
Yeah.
yeah, so some of them are really expensive because it becomes like a collector's thing or whatever. Uh,
Okay.
I'll say I got the ones that I got her for $10 each on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook Marketplace, which is great. I feel like a lot of the boxes are at least $20.
Right.
But a lot of these people will buy, like the whole stock of it and then open them up and
Mm-hmm.
sell them individually. But
Okay.
uh yeah, so it's a very silly these little monster things. And so I gave her two last night and she was like super excited. But
Awesome. Good.
yeah, but grown-ups, so kids will put them on their backpacks, but I think it started as more of a grown-up
Mm.
trend several months ago. I learned about it from a grown-up friend who it was like people were putting them on like designer bags. It was like a thing to have like a labubu on your
Mm.
super expensive purse.
Gucci bag or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah. And it's like,
is it Hermes,
yeah,
whatever it
Hermes.
is.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, you have this weird, like creepy monster hanging off there. Like it makes more sense as a
Yeah.
kid's obsession in my mind. But
Yeah. Well, the sort of thing you used to do back in the 80s, wasn't it? What was it? It was they used to hang little toys on there then. I don't know if it was
and
collectible,
yeah,
like the
I mean,
civilian family type things they would have, and I'm trying to think what else they had. They had like little bears, wouldn't they? Do you remember? I don't know if this was around when you were there, but back in I think 80s and
Mhm.
early 90s, you could buy like clip-on like little bears and pandas and koalas, and their
Oh,
little arms were
yes.
like a
I
little
did have,
hair
yeah,
clip, and you used to clip them onto the
that's
strap of
funny.
your
I did
bag.
have, yeah, yeah. And I forgot about that. I had one of the oh, the like the cot no, what is it? Oh gosh. Snuggle, the brand of
Mm.
fabric softener that has like
Oh
the white
right.
bear.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we had like a teddy bear of him, but then I
Yeah.
forgot there was one of those little tiny ones that was like had little clippy arms.
Yeah. I think it's just a hair grip put inside the arms, wasn't it? And you just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
clip them
yeah,
on
yeah.
there,
It's
and
like
it
there you go. Yeah,
like a polar bear and a
yeah.
any like a teddy bear, a koala, a rabbit, and there was like a whole bunch of
That's so
animals.
funny. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So
See, it's nothing new, is it? It's the same
no, it's just the boo
concept.
boos
We
are
just
yeah the
we put a key ring on it and give it two big rabbit ears, and
yeah the next key yeah, and it is very much like oh, I'll say aligned with like the like a I don't know, like I talk about like the K-pop Demon Hunters, right? It's like K-pop and other like and like anime, like different, you know, like I'll say like Asian influences, right? Like that's what
Mhm.
a lot of the pop culture stuff is now for kids. Uh is all stuff from over, yeah, over there. So it's
Mm.
interesting.
Yeah, it's just cycles again, like the Cabbage Patch dolls.
Oh
I bet
right.
you remember those.
Yeah, yeah. I had a Cabbage Patch doll. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's
And
something going on
Care
like,
Bears. Hmm.
yeah, something like that. That's what I was thinking of when I said
Care
when you went into
Bears.
Care
Hmm.
Bears. Yeah, that's what it was. But yeah, I think there's something like the Cabbage Patch dolls coming out again,
Oh, interesting.
like a new
Um,
version of it. And I think Cass said, "Oh, look at these, something trending." I went, "Oh, just like the Cabbage Patch." She said, "Yeah, that's what I was just thinking." But I think that was
right,
about a few months ago. Whether it's still trending or hasn't
right,
trended yet, I don't know. Can't remember what it
right,
was, but I remember that's what it reminded me of.
right, right. That's funny. There was oh, for whatever reason, I feel like Teletubbies had like a resurgence.
Oh,
Like Piper's even
uh-oh.
paying attention to it. Yeah, yeah. And like because her little brother liked watching it, but then even like Ellie was like, "Oh yeah," and like wanted to dress up as one for Halloween, like because it's fun or funny or whatever. And I was like,
Oh, okay.
and so Piper was telling me or was asking Eddie, she's like, "Have you seen this before?" Like before Ellie showed it to you. I was like, Piper, this was a kids show when we were kids. Like, this
Yeah.
is not a new show.
Hmm. This is not new. This is you're
It's not
just
new. They're just making new episodes
yes.
for you. But like,
Yeah,
yeah,
just for you, but
we all
hmm.
know about the Teletubbies and how
Yeah,
torturous
we
they
all
are.
know we all know what Poe did. Huh? What did he do? Go and find out.
That's hilarious. I love that you know their names. It's so funny. Yeah.
Well, let me think. You had Dipsy,
Yep.
Lala,
Uh-huh.
Poe,
Yep.
and the what
The
was the
purple one
the,
is
the blue one? You had blue, red,
mm,
green,
no,
and purple,
pur
wasn't it? Yellow.
no,
You had a yellow,
purple, red,
red,
green, yellow.
yellow. Yellow was the smallest, which was Poe,
Yellow is
was it?
Lala.
Lala, yeah.
Poe is
Poe,
the red
the
one.
small.
Yeah, I think Poe's small.
Dipsy,
He's the red one. And then uh
Dipsy,
Dipsy, what color did we say? Dipsy's the green one. Tinky Winky is the purple one. Because
Tinky
it doesn't
Winky.
sound exactly
That's
like the others. It's like it's special one.
yes. It's like the Seven Dwarfs, isn't it?
Yeah. What? Sneezy? I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
Sneezy. Grumpy.
Yeah. Grumpy, happy, sneezy,
Dopey? Wasn't there a Dopey?
dopey, bashful.
Oh yeah. I'm like,
There's one
where are we at?
missing.
I don't know.
Sleepy,
Oh
sleepy
yeah,
and Doc.
Sleepy. And Doc. Okay, yes.
Yeah, it's
So
Doc and Bashful are the two that
that were,
usually
yeah,
get yeah.
outliers. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So okay. There we go. We did it. We covered Teletubbies and Seven Dwarfs.
And the Seven Dwarfs and
Good job.
Labubu.
Yes, yes.
I feel the boo boo.
Labubu. Yeah.
The boo boo. Okay, there
L
we go.
A.
Welcome to the 21st century.
That's right. Yeah. Labubu. Labubu. Yeah.
The boo boo. The boo
It,
boo.
uh-huh.
The boo boo. The boo boo.
Labubu. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
that's how somebody who wouldn't know it would obviously pronounce it.
Right, right.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
boo.
Labubu?
What?
Yeah. Okay.
Bubble?
Labubu. Yeah. That's hilarious. Well, I gotta run, but have a
Yeah.
wonderful weekend. And
Likewise.
I guess next week is the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes, it
Let's
is.
say tentatively, let's touch base and see if we want to do tea next week or if we can do it next week.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Well, as you know, I'm going to be here, so it's not like a
I
holiday
know
here.
that's why I
Yesterday
figured it
was
was
a
like I
holiday for
know
us.
you're not taking the day off, but I was like,
Hmm.
let me
But
see
you
where
might
I'm
want
gonna
to.
be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's not just you now, is it?
I know it's
It-
not
It's,
just me
it,
now.
yeah, because you got Piper in one sense, then you got Ellie, and then you got,
I know.
oh, that other guy that seems
The
to
one,
flit
yeah, the
around
guy that like
occasionally.
ties it together. Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, he seems to have sort of influence over your weekends these days for some
yeah. Right,
reason.
right, right.
Well,
Some reason.
hopefully, if I do see you next week,
Yes.
happy Thanksgiving
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes.
because you'll be
Happy
celebrated at some
Happy
point.
American Thanksgiving in Brazil to the Brit.
Yeah, or just say happy quiet working day.
There you go. Happy quiet working day. Yeah.
Thank
Happy
you.
happy
Yeah,
no Americans will bother you work day.
there we go. That's the one. Happy no Americans will bother you today, work day.
Yeah.
And maybe the same with Friday,
That's
as
true.
such. But
Yeah,
yeah,
probably you're not gonna have a lot of them bothering you Friday. Yeah.
it's gonna be a quiet week next week. Hey,
Yeah.
woohoo!
Yeah. So hooray.
Yeah, hooray! And I've
But
cancelled my meeting for Thursday that I host.
oh
You
nice.
know,
There you go.
but I know somebody's going to send me a message. Are we meeting this week?
Right, right.
There's
Well,
always one. There's always
okay.
one or
Well,
two.
always one. Yeah. At least one.
Yeah, at least one. At least one. All right.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
go
Well,
enjoy your weekend
thank you. You as
and the
well.
holidays.
All
And if
right. Thank
Mumsy's watching, the same to you, Mumsy.